You guys, I'm drinking black coffee today with just a little bit of brown sugar. I feel like such a grown-up. Yes, choose a side. Stand for something before you fall for anything. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Healing Honey. In this space, we talk about healing from the inside out, self-love, our spiritual journey, love, relationships. So if you like talking about real life, things like that, then make sure you subscribe and stick around. Today, I want to share this with you guys. Get off the fence. Stand your ground. Make a decision. I want to talk about indecisiveness and why in this world you need to know who you are, what you believe, and what you stand for, why you should stand for something so that you don't fall for anything. This is about knowing who we are and not being in a gray area. Okay. It's very interesting. I know I have a lot of Virgos here. We're in Virgo season. Personally, I have a Virgo South node and I'm a Virgo moon sign. But in this life, I'm personally moving into Pisces. And I love that. I'm going from analytical, logical, practical into being more free and more flowy and adaptable and learning about life. But something that I love from Virgo is that Virgo is precise. Virgo knows who they are and they know why they believe what they believe, versus Pisces energy is so much more free flowing, and mystical, anything goes, ever changing and things like that, versus Virgo is an earth sign and it's more rooted, it's more grounded, practical. We can learn so much from every sign. If you're into astrology, look up your birth chart because it's going to help you on your path of self-discovery. But in general, regardless of your signs, I want you to get off the fence. What is the problem with being in a gray area? Because that's one thing that I'm learning about on my personal journey. As I'm moving into Pisces energy, I'm like, okay, I'm still gonna know who I am though, So are you unsure? Are you lukewarm? Are you indecisive? Are you in a gray area? Are you trying to play both sides? You cannot serve two masters, right? So I wanted to make this to remind us that I want you to know, examine yourself and know what your beliefs are and know why you feel that way. If you don't know who you are, this world is going to drag you around and you're going to feel very lost, because there's so many different ideas floating around, so many different ideologies. The truth is found within. So on my own spiritual journey, I was able to connect with my true self, my soul, the universe, the divine living within me when I tuned the world out and I went within. And I went on a journey of self-discovery to learn not just what was within, but be open-minded and learn about different things to see what resonates. Is there one absolute truth? Drop me a comment down below and let me know what you think. Many things can be true at the same time, but what do you believe, and you know why you believe it? See, it's not good enough to just believe something because somebody else told you it's true, or to just be moving from tradition, not thinking critically for yourself, being swayed by the world, being swayed by the crowd, what other people are doing, afraid to stand out, afraid to think. You're free to think. I want you to be a free thinker. But as you think and as you discover and as you find your own inner truth, it is safe for you to stand your ground and be 10 toes down in who you are. You cannot play both sides. It's a dangerous thing. Okay, let me give you guys an example politically. Okay, so you know that right in the US, there's Democrats and there's conservatives or Republicans, right? Red and blue, two sides. Me personally, I'm not going to identify with either because I have different beliefs. I'm not going to say I agree with all the Democrats or all of the Republicans. I have my own views on things like abortion, immigration, And I want you to do that too. See, if you just label yourself as something, you're stuck in a box. But know why you believe what it is, because maybe you agree with 80% Republican, but 20% you agree with the Democrats. So you don't have to play both sides. You have to discover within, who are you? What do you think? What do you agree with? Another example, religion, Christianity. Do I believe Jesus walked the earth? Yes. Do I believe he rose from the dead? Yes. But have I also studied Egyptian text and what happened before, thousands of years before Jesus walked the earth? There's a very similar story that's recorded from Africa. And so you're free on this earth to explore and to discover. And being able to be open-minded is beautiful, and to even compromise a bit of this, a bit of that. You have to go within to see what truly resonates for you, and you're free to do that. But what I don't want you to do is be in a gray area, be unsure, be indecisive. And there's no rush, but at the same time, you cannot play both sides. It is safe for you to have a deep conviction and feel that way. You are allowed to, but I want you to know why you feel that way, and it should be rooted in truth and love. Your own inner truth. As we're here on this earth, we're all on different paths. We're all at different levels of ascension. We have different things to learn. We're here to do different things. As I always tell you guys, we are so different as souls. We are individuals. Otherwise, we'd be one big blob, and we're not. We look different. We're different souls. We're bits of God, and the universe is experiencing life through each of us differently. But one thing every single soul is called to on this earth is tolerance and love. When someone else does something wrong, we do not have the right to hurt them. Hate cannot drive out hate, which is why what just happened politically in America last night was so tragic and sad. Rest in peace to Charlie Kirk, because he was a conservative activist, speaking his mind, traveling to different college campuses. He had a podcast. He was very popular online, and he had what some people would consider radical beliefs, but he was simply feeling a deep conviction within his heart. And I had never heard of the man before yesterday, but as I spent some hours listening to his point of view. I wanted to know, why would someone feel the need to take him out off this planet? See, they took him off this planet because what was his message to humanity? What was he telling people? And when your message is powerful, and if it convicts people, it can trigger people. Now, we don't all have to agree. I did not agree with all of his views. I don't even know the man, but a lot of the things he said I did agree with. And when you speak the truth, it can make people mad. Or if people feel that, they don't agree with you. So again, tolerance, but choose a side. Know what you believe. This does not mean red versus blue or me versus you. That's not what it means. It means, do you know who you are? Do you know what you think? Do you know why you think that? And is it just because somebody told you it? Like, are you living your life because the priest told you to do that? Or do you have a real connection to the divine? And I want you to, because it's so powerful and you're free to do it. There's everything on earth wants to strip you of your power, but you're so powerful within, and you are allowed to speak your truth and to have your convictions. You don't have to be on the fence. You don't have to be afraid. You don't have to try to people please your way through life and play both sides, trying to make everyone happy, trying to, there might be people who have a particular view in the world. Maybe they feel a conviction, but they're afraid to speak it because they are afraid of what people think. They are afraid people won't agree with them, or they won't like them. Maybe they think they're wrong. Well, how are we going to grow? How are we going to learn? How are we going to make changes on this planet, and if everybody is so afraid or just like hiding in a crowd. No, I want you to rise up. You have a voice for a reason. You have a mind for a reason, a heart. And when we each tune into our heart space, we are connected. And so things like love are universal. Peace, it's universal. Tolerance, acceptance, unity. But for us to break through and see positive changes on earth, it's not about division, but you should know what you believe, why you believe it. One thing I can respect about Charlie Kirk is that when he spoke, he was intelligent, he was eloquent, he knew why he believed what he believed. Even as a Christian man, he didn't stop at saying like, because the Bible says it. No, he went into details on why he believes Jesus rose from the dead, etc. Right? And so intellectual conversations, thinking freely, we have freedom to think, to discover, to learn new things. And as you do this on your journey and you find what's true for you, stand in your truth. Hold to that, because if you don't, evil forces, evil looks like manipulation, control, trying to dominate you. That's evil. That's evil. And so if you don't know who you are, if you're just on the fence, if you're just in a gray area, if you're unsure, if you're moving from that energy, people will come and try to tell you what to think, exert their control over you, make you their puppet, mess with your mind, and try to exert their dominance over you. No, you have to know who you are. Get off the fence, stand for something before you fall for anything. Don't be lukewarm, be fiery hot for something. Like me, I'm for love, but I also believe in boundaries, in limits, and things like that. Okay. And drop me your comments down below. See, whoever is watching this, if you're here at this point of the video, I love you so much. But also drop me your comments. What are your honest thoughts on something like abortion? Okay. What are your honest thoughts on something like immigration? What are your honest thoughts about transgender in the Olympics? Things do not just go away. Like, you can't just be like, well, that has nothing to do with me. Like, Charlie Kirk was talking to this young lady on one of the college campuses, and she's like, he was asking her if she'd feel comfortable if a transgender woman was changing next to her in the locker room, but he was biologically a man, but he identified as a woman. Would she feel uncomfortable? And she was like, well, that has nothing to do with me. Okay, most people do not want to think. Like, we've been spoon-fed since we were born what to think. What do you think and why? Do you know what you think? Or are you just living your life from a place of what everybody else tells you? So I hope this video inspires you to think deeply and to free your mind. Not just feel like, okay, I can't think this, I can't think that. No, what do you think? And then hold to your inner truth. It will align. Like, we all have a moral compass within, good and evil. We have religious texts, but there's so many religions on earth. Your moral compass is built within you. You're gonna know by the fruits of what it produces. Does it produce suffering, or does it produce love? Does it produce happiness, or does it produce sadness? And that's how we know what's right or wrong, right? And so I just encourage you to ask yourself the tough questions, think critically, because this is how you're gonna be getting closer. This is how you get closer to your true self, and you can live your life in alignment this way. And so it feels beautiful. So yeah, like, give an F. Give an F about this world that you're living in. You're here for a reason. What you think matters. Your voice matters. How you feel matters. And whoever murdered Charlie Kirk is such a coward. Now, we don't know what happened behind the scenes, if this or what happened, but see, anybody who tries to attack somebody for their beliefs and they can't use their words, it's like they are just not as intelligent, basically, which is why we all owe it to ourselves to be able to back up what we believe. Know what you believe and why. And can you be proud of what you believe? If you can't, if you feel ashamed of it, if you feel scared, then look at those beliefs. Are they true? Are they still true? Because you're also free to change. You see, don't lock yourself into a box, meaning that you're free to change. If you think something is true today, tomorrow, that doesn't mean it has to be true for you. You're free being on this planet. You're free to think critically. And anyone who doesn't want you to make your own decisions, that's a dangerous person to be around, because they're trying to control you. And how I always tell you guys, I don't know if it's just me, but I want you to remember this. You don't need more people. Most people feel so safe in a herd, in a crowd. They're afraid they don't trust themselves, or maybe they're lacking courage in some way. But you don't need more people. If you believe it's true, see, if you actually believe something is true, you don't need others to agree with you. When you feel something is true, you don't need others' validation or to be like, yeah, it's true. Like, you don't need them to rally behind you because you actually think it's true. And you can let others be free to decide for themselves, to discover their own inner truth. That's their right. As a human, as a soul on this planet, we're all on our own individual journeys. And so I want you to discover what it is you personally believe and know why you believe in it. If you're in a gray area, then you can free yourself, because I've been in an indecisive energy and it doesn't feel good. And so it's interesting to I'm gonna wrap up this video, but how I told you guys, I'm going from Virgo into Pisces, right? So I'm going from precision, groundedness, logic, being practical, black or white decisions, into Pisces, which is a gray area, and so forth, right? Freedom, different ideas, which is fine. It's freed me in so many ways. It's been so interesting to learn about and discover new ideas that as I was growing up, that were not even available to me, right? So I've been on this beautiful journey of self-discovery and a spiritual awakening, and I feel so grateful. But at the same time, I'm gonna hold on to some of my Virgo placements, which is I'm not gonna play both sides. I'm not gonna be in the middle, in a gray area, lukewarm. No, I'm gonna make a decision on what I believe in and how I choose to live. And I'm gonna know that that's okay, who I am, and that I'm free to do that. Okay, so I hope this video inspired you in some way. I'm sending you love, power, healing on your journey. If you need help with your self-love, your spiritual walk, or healing, then check the links down below and we can work together one-on-one. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time. Bye.